Join me to paint this lovely tree from a different angle using watercolor. It's really relaxing, easy to follow, and a joy to paint over the next 20 minutes. I sped up a few parts of the painting process where I repeat the same brush strokes just to save your time. This is the sketch I drew for this painting, and I have included a link in the description if you like to use it as well. I start by wetting the entire paper, including the area inside the sketch. Then I mix Prussian blue with a touch of vermilion hue to paint the background sky. I'm using a very light value of this mix to paint the sky. After painting the sky, I tilt the board slightly so the extra pigment gathers near the masking tape. Then I wipe it off with a scrap cloth. Next, I mix cadmium yellow with a small touch of cerulean blue to paint the base layer of the tree's canopy. Because the paper is still wet, each stroke gently spreads out, creating a soft, natural leaf pattern. I arrange these strokes in a loose circular shape, not perfectly round or uniform, but more like how leaves naturally spread when you stand beneath the tree and look up at its branches. Next, I'm mixing yellow ochre with a touch of cerulean blue to paint the leaves that are on the lower left area of the tree. You will notice how these strokes together create the impression of a leafy canopy. This is the base layer of our painting, and next I will add more depth to bring it to life. For that, next I use more cerulean blue to yellow ochre to deepen the color and add more dimension to the tree's structure. I am speeding up the process here because it's pretty straightforward, just placing these strokes on the wet paper. One thing to notice is in this step is that I'm mostly working on the wet paper. I'm also keeping the right side lighter, so I avoid adding medium tones there, as you can see. Next, I mix Prussian blue with sepia to create a dark green tone, which I use to paint the darkest areas of the tree. The paper is still wet at this stage, and I am careful not to touch the right side because I wanted to keep it lighter as it's brightened by the light coming from that direction. Though I wet the area inside the sketch, I don't paint over it while adding the leaves of the tree. In a few spots, the paint might have slightly entered the sketched area, but that's totally fine because we will be adding a darker value for the branches later, so it won't be a problem. You might also notice some white spaces here and there, and those are the spots where the branches will go. If you are enjoying this and would like to explore another painting session in the same upward perspective approach, I have created a cherry blossom version that will be available on Patreon. I will continue to share all my creative process here on YouTube, and Patreon is simply a place where I share extra practice sessions for those who would like to support me. If you feel like being part of that space and supporting my art journey, you are most welcome to join me there. Now we will get back to the painting process. The paper is completely dry at this stage. I'm mixing yellow ochre with a bit of vermilion hue to get an orange tone, which is used to paint the trunk of the tree. Next, to paint the shadow part of the tree trunk, I use sepia. As we have assumed the light source is on the right side, we are adding the shadow on the left side of the tree trunk. Next, to paint even more darkest part of the tree, I mix Prussian blue with sepia and a small amount of vermilion hue to get a grey shade which is used to paint the shadow part of the tree. I am adding the shadows while the tree trunk is still wet, and finally I sprinkle a bit of table salt over the wet area to create some interesting texture on the trunk. Next, using a grey shade which is made by mixing sepia, Prussian blue and a touch of vermilion hue, I paint the darkest branches as you can see in the video. While adding the branches, I let some parts disappear behind the leaves and reappear on the other side. That kind of overlap makes the tree look more natural and realistic, just like how branches appear in real life. You can see in the tree's structure how the trunk tapers as it goes upward. As you already know, tapering is when something gradually becomes thinner towards one end. This natural tapering is important to keep in mind when sketching a tree from below or looking up at it. Next, I mix yellow ochre with cerulean blue to add few more leaves, filling in some empty spaces and giving the painting a bit more depth. And that's it, we have completed painting a tree from an upward perspective. If you would like to continue practicing with similar concept, I will be sharing a cherry blossom session on Patreon in the next few days. It's the same perspective, just with a different color palette. You can also watch the full video there without any ads. If you have been enjoying my videos and would like to support my art in a more personal way, Patreon is a lovely place to do that. Your support helps me keep creating and sharing more like this, and I would be so happy to have you there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more watercolor painting content. See you in another video. Until then, take care and bye bye from Prema.